Hello and welcome to another edition of News Showcase. I am Priya, Tamil Nadu's first artificial intelligence news presenter. Police in Delhi have registered a case against Bibav Kumar, an aide to Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, after a complaint that he harassed a female lawmaker. The case against him was assault, criminal intimidation, and outraging a woman's modesty. Kumar is said to have assaulted Swati Maliwal, a lawmaker who belongs to the Aam Aadmi Party, as she waited to meet the Chief Minister at his come. Police recorded the statement of Maliwal at her home, and she was taken to a hospital for a medical examination. The lawmaker has urged political parties not to use the incident to their advantage. According to reports, the BJP accused Kejriwal of trying to protect his aide in the incident. The Congress party, an ally of Kejriwal, was guarded in its response to the incident. A day after his arrest, the owner of the hoarding, which crashed killing 16 people, was brought to Mumbai city. Bhavesh Binde, who was on the run for 3 days, was held in Udaipur on Thursday. The billboard, which crashed onto a gas station in Ghatkopar, a suburb of Mumbai, injured 75 people. Many of them had come to refill their vehicles. Reports said the hunt for Binde, who owned Ego Media, took police across 3 states. He changed his locations frequently and checked into hotels under fake names. Sources with knowledge of the operation said it was so secret, even police circles were not aware of it. The hoarding crash revealed that rules were not followed, which has sparked calls for tighter regulations. An Air India jet collided with a tug truck at Pune airport as it prepared to take off to Delhi. The plane suffered damages to its nose and landing gear in the incident. Reports said emergency protocols were activated and all the 180 passengers on board were taken off the plane immediately. The aircraft was also removed from the tarmac for a thorough inspection. Aviation regulator, the Directorate General of Civil Aviation, said it has started an inquiry to find out what caused the incident. Initial reports said the tug truck hit the aircraft as it was taxiing before takeoff, but the incident did not cause disruption to aircraft operations at the airport. Thousands of spiritually inclined travelers are flocking to see a recently constructed white marble building in India's Agra city that took 104 years to complete. The mausoleum of the Radhaswami sect's founder in Swami Bagh is roughly 12 kilometers from the iconic Taj Mahal. The 193-foot-tall monument, made entirely of white marble, rests on a base of 52 wells and is seen as one of the most ambitious undertakings in India. The mausoleum's majesty has left many in awe, and they see it as a strong contender for the architectural magnificence of the Taj, but the backers of the structure have strongly denied it. Agra is well known for its Mughal-era structures, and the Taj Mahal is still the top option for travelers visiting the city. Russia's President Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, visited Harbin, a city with a sizable Russian population, on the second day of his visit to China. He is expected to attend a trade show to highlight the robust economic ties between the two nations. On the first day of his visit, Putin and President Xi Jinping focused on their close relationship during meetings. Putin said that they also discussed Ukraine and that they both desired a political resolution to the conflict. Putin is on his first foreign trip since he began his 5th term as president, which came after he faced essentially no opposition in the election. Russia has turned to China as a lifeline, as hundreds of sanctions from the US and its Western allies try to cripple Moscow's war machine. The Chinese government has launched its most significant plan to address issues that have plagued the country's real estate industry. The new policies allow local authorities to buy unsold residences and reduce the amount of a deposit required by property buyers. The move comes as the official data indicated the sharpest decline in housing values in over 10 years, a warning that the crisis was getting worse. Issues within China's real estate sector are significantly affecting the second largest economy in the world, as the sector was once a major contributor to growth. China's real estate developers have been financially squeezed since 2021, when the government implemented policies limiting the amount of loans available to large real estate firms. Uyghur and Tibetan activists have condemned China's repressive policies at the Human Rights and Democracy Summit in Geneva. The activists collectively called for global intervention to halt human rights abuses against the Uyghur and Tibetan communities. They urged the international community to boycott products associated with Uyghur forced labor and accused the Chinese government of implementing forced sterilizations and abortions among the Muslim minority in Xinjiang. A Tibetan-Canadian human rights activist highlighted what she called the dire situation in Tibet. A 27-year-old Chinese dissenter and human rights activist recounted her harrowing experiences of detention. Time and again, China has been accused of violating human rights and suppressing the rights of Uyghur Muslims and Tibetans. The first aid shipments using a makeshift dock have landed in Gaza. The U.S. military said the first trucks carrying the supplies have begun delivering the aid. The floating base is a U.S. initiative to deliver unhindered aid to the people of Gaza. The U.S. Central Command said in a social media post that the corridor is entirely a humanitarian operation and no U.S. troops would step onto Gazan soil. Hundreds of tons of supplies reach Cyprus first, where it is vetted before being put into ships and transported to the dock. Authorities said the distribution of aid will be primarily handled by the UN's World Food Programme. The arrangement comes after Israel choked supply routes into Gaza in the wake of the conflict, after the Palestinian militant group Hamas attacked Israel last October. Reddit's stock has increased by over 10% since the company announced that it has partnered with artificial intelligence startup OpenAI. The deal will provide the ChatGPT developer access to Reddit material and enable it to integrate AI-powered features into the social media network. The declaration emphasizes Reddit's attempts to diversify its revenue streams outside of advertising. The agreement comes as an increasing number of copyright holders file lawsuits against AI companies for using their content. OpenAI has recently reached agreements with a number of media, including the Financial Times and the Associated Press. Google made its own deal in February to access Reddit data to train its artificial intelligence models. There are concerns about whether using such content to train AI systems violates copyright or if fair use and temporary copying provisions apply. A woman has been charged by U.S. authorities with assisting North Koreans in locating remote work in the U.S. and helping send their earnings back to their country. Christina Chapman and 3 other North Korean nationals are accused of taking part in the complex scheme. Prosecutors claim that the Arizona resident stole the identities of U.S. residents and then assisted them in using those identities to pass for U.S. citizens and secure jobs at American corporations. 9 charges of conspiring to defraud the United States have been brought against Chapman. The plot, which involves over 300 U.S. corporations, is said to have begun in October 2020. The indictment describes the employees as highly skilled information technology workers. The companies that were not aware of the plan were not named. Reports say the world's super-rich club now has 15 members, whose wealth is worth over $100 billion, with a net worth of $222 billion. LVMH founder Bernard Arnault is at the top of the pack. His ownership in the biggest manufacturer of luxury goods in the world provides the majority of his riches. Amazon founder Jeff Bezos is the second richest person in the world with a net worth of $208 billion. Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla, is ranked 3rd on the index with a net worth of $187 billion. According to the Bloomberg Billionaires Index, the collective net worth of these individuals has increased by 13% to $2.2 trillion this year, outpacing both the rate of inflation and the overall stock market. Together, they possess around 25% of the wealth possessed by the 500 richest individuals worldwide. Researchers think they may have figured out how Egypt's 31 pyramids, among them the well-known Giza complex, were constructed almost 4,000 years ago. The pyramids were probably constructed along a long-lost old branch of the River Nile that is currently buried in agriculture and desert, according to research from the University of North Carolina, Wilmington. For an extended period, scholars have believed that the ancient Egyptians must have utilized a neighboring waterway to move supplies, such as the stone blocks required to construct the pyramids, over the river. According to one of the sources, nobody was certain of the location, the shape, the size, or proximity of this mega waterway to the actual pyramid site. Up until this point, the Nile River served as ancient Egypt's lifeline as it is today. Thank you for watching. I am Priya, Tamil Nadu's first artificial intelligence news presenter. Do tune in, same time tomorrow, for a roundup of the latest news and updates in India and around the world.